That was absolutely positively fantastic. Thank you all very, very much. Hans the Climb from the old days.
The 2025 Strasburg Express are on the air from First Bank Park in Strasburg, Virginia. It is the 2026 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kyle Gutshaw. Glad to be with you here tonight as we get ready for a North Division battle between the 1-1 Strasburg Express and the 1-1 Purcellville Cannons. Strasburg is coming off of a hard luck loss last night at Newmarket in a game that they led 6-0. The Express surrendered 10 plus walks plus 4 hit by pitches. So pitching is going to have to get things straightened out a little bit for this Strasburg team. Offense has not been the issue. And for the Cannons, they got their first win of the season last night with a win against the Winchester Royals. They led that game big, but Winchester came back on them a little bit, just as they did against the Express, but the Cannons held on for the victory. Appreciate everyone joining us here tonight on this Sunday night baseball in the Valley Baseball League as Donovan Whitfield gets a start for Strasburg on the mound. Donovan is a right-hand pitcher out of Norfolk State. He hails from Herndon, Virginia. And the lineup he will face tonight for the visiting Cannons of Purcellville. Leading off and playing center field, it's Seth Williams. Batting second is Shin Inoue, the shortstop. Batting third is Lucas Ferris. He's the first baseman. Cleanup man tonight is Patrick Lyons, the left fielder. Clint Seymour will bat fifth and play and do the catching. Andrew Bell, second baseman, will bat sixth. Vincenzo Cusat, the DH, will bat seventh. Eric Martinez will bat eighth. And batting ninth is A.J. Green, the right fielder. Aaron Van Tile on the mound tonight for the Purcellville Cannons.
Leading off for the Cannons from West Virginia University, center fielder number 24, Seth Williams.
And we're about ready to get this thing started here from Strasburg. First pitch of the game is a pitch outside, check swing. He did not go, and it is ball one at 6:06. And we're underway, game number 3 of the 2026 campaign. 1-0 the count to Williams, and that's way up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Seth Williams, outfielder out of West Virginia University, the Mountaineers, leads off here for this Purcellville team. 2 balls, no strikes. Whitfield from the wind, and he deals. And a breaking ball in there for a called strike. As I mentioned just a few moments ago, pitching has been the Achilles heel, not just for Strasburg, for most of the teams around the league so far. And they're going to have to get that straightened out. 2-1, wave and a miss, 2-2. Again, they were winning last night 6-0 pretty early on in the game. And then the walks and hit by pitches, they just started and the Express couldn't stop them. 2 balls, 2 strikes. See if Whitfield can battle back here and get Williams. The pitch, swinging a high pop-up, shallow left. Coming in is Williams, backing up the third baseman, and getting there to make the catch is Brown. And that will be the first out of the ball game.
That brings to plate the shortstop from Kansas State University, number 11, Shintaro Inoue.
Here's Shintaro Inoue, impressive member of this Cannons team. He is in his second season, at least second, maybe third. It feels like he's been here for many years, and he's been a thorn in the Express side, that's for sure. First pitch is in there at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Shintaro out of Kansas State University. From Yamaguchi, Japan. That pitch misses in the dirt. Well, how about that on the scoreboard? At bat number 11, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And then all zeros in the box score as we get started here in the top of the first. 1 ball, 1 strike. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball cued off the side of the bat. And that is foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Thank you to everyone for tuning in tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. You can watch this game on the YouTube app. If you have a smart TV or device, just look up Strasburg Express. 1-2. Swing and a foul ball. Make sure when you're watching the games that you go into that settings button and always turn up the video quality as high as it goes. It should be 1080p HD definition. As we hope to have our full graphics package back here for game number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike 3. Froze him. And there are 2 quick outs here in the top of the first.
The first baseman from Georgia Southern, number 27, Lucas Ferris.
Brings up Lucas Ferris, the first baseman. Ferris is out of Georgia Southern University. Tall right-hander. Batting third here in this Cannons lineup. Pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt, but he went around. Strike 1. Dimensions here at First Bank Park. This is a hitter's ballpark. 300 feet down the left and right field lines. 365 deepest part of the park to straightaway center. Strasburg did hit their 3rd home run of the year last night. It was Tyler June hit it out in the 1st inning at Rebel Park. Here's a ground ball, hit him in the box, foul, 0-2. And June nearly hit 2 home runs last night. He had one that was struck well late in the game, but a nice play out at the wall by the left fielder to prevent a second long ball for the Strasburg leadoff man. All right, quickly 0-2 to Lucas Ferris. Whitfield looking for a 1-2-3 first. And the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt this time. Ferris lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Do have one game that is nearly complete and got it started at 3 o'clock tonight, or today I should say. That's Woodstock and Charlottesville. 1-2. And a fastball froze him on the outside corner, and that'll do it here in the top of the first. Cannons go 1-2-3 as Whitfield picks up a couple of strikeouts, and that sends us to the bottom of the first. Express coming up to bat. They'll face the right-hander Aaron Van Tile when we return here on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. We go to the home half of the first inning. Strasburg coming to bat for the first time, and they'll face the right-hander out of the University of Richmond, Aaron Van Tile. Tile, first appearance of the summer, and the lineup he will face tonight for Strasburg. Leading off and playing center, it's Tyler June. Batting second is Eddie Castillo, the right fielder. Batting third, Sam Brown, the third baseman. Batting fourth, Marshall McGowan, the first baseman. Batting fifth is Caden Haywood, the DH. Batting sixth and doing the catching is Andrew Stanson. Batting seventh, Madden Williams, the left fielder. First pitch to June misses. Batting eighth is the shortstop, Baylor Roberts. And batting ninth is J.W. Kohlmeyer, the second baseman. Strasburg's offense has been pretty solid the first two games. They've kind of get off to hot starts, and then they've cooled off a bit. Here's June popping it up. Third base side, foul territory. Martinez giving it a look. It's out of play. Again, I was talking about the one game that got started early. That was a 3 o'clock start. And one night after scoring 20-plus runs, Woodstock is leading Charlottesville 13-8 in the ninth inning. Again, pitching has not been great to this point around the league. I think Woodstock won something like 21-2 last night. 2 balls and 1 strike to Tyler June, and he takes high. And if Woodstock holds on, that would be an 0-3 start to the season for the Tom Sox. 3 balls, 1 strike to the Strasburg leadoff man out of Florida Southwestern. And he swings and belts one deep, but foul. That ball was absolutely crushed. That would have been a majestic one to watch. Even though it was foul, it was still fun to watch. And I don't think we'll be getting that one back. So June now in a 3-2 count. That was a mistake pitch for Van Tile, the pitch. And that's low, ball 4, and a leadoff walk to start the bottom of the first. So June is on, and here comes Eddie Castillo. So Eddie, who hit 2 3-run home runs here the other night, he also had a base hit. Last night, he drew 2 or 3 walks. So he's looking to actually get to swing the bat tonight. Leads the league with 2 home runs. June at first, pretty good lead. And the pitch. That's high, ball 1. So 6 pitches in that first at bat. There's number 7 of this first inning for the right-hander Van Tile. 1 ball, no strikes. Righty sets, and now he'll throw to first, and June back in safely. KJ Jabeth once again out of the lineup tonight. He was injured, ankle injury, back in game 1 a couple of days ago. He's out of the lineup again today. He said he expects to be back soon as June takes off, kind of spins the wheels a little bit, and he is out at second. Heck of a throw there from Seymour. Caught stealing is June, and there's 1 out here in the first. You could tell, and like I pointed out, when he got out of his starting position, he spun the tires a little bit. 2-0. That's high, 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes to Castillo. 1 out here, bottom of the first. See if he's got the green light. He does not, and he takes a strike. 3-1. Other games around the league here on this Sunday evening. Top of the 4th, Waynesboro leading Harrisonburg 1-0. Bottom 1, Culpeper and Front Royal, no score. Castillo takes a strike, 3-2. And then 2 7:30 starts tonight. Covington's at Newmarket as the Rebels look to stay undefeated, and Winchester is in Stanton. 3-2 to Castillo, and he swings and hits it high in the air down the left field line, looking up at the wall, and it is gone, and he's done it again. Castillo with his 3rd home run of the season on a sky-high fly ball down the left field line. And the Express lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the first, thanks to the sky-high fly ball by Castillo. All right, here's Sam Brown. Brown takes a ball. And it is 1-0. So Eddie Castillo does it again for the Express. And Brown has to get out of the way. A ball that nearly hit him. 2 balls, no strikes. That's a big caught stealing if you look back at that. From a possible 2-0 lead to a 1-0 lead, but the Express will take it. Now a dangerous count to a powerful hitter here in Brown. That's going to hit the outside corner, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to the Strasburg third baseman, Brown, out of Gulf Coast State College, out of Waverly Hall, Georgia. 2-1. That's in the dirt, and ball 4. So a walk there to Brown.
Now batting the first baseman from Western Carolina, number 22, Marshall McGowan.
And here's Marshall McGowan, the first baseman. McGowan out of Western Carolina. And he takes a breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 0-1. A 1. That's in there for a strike. It was a cutter tailing away from the batter McGowan, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Van Tile sets and deals, and that nearly hit him. He had to spin out of the way a little bit. McGowan the batter and Caden Haywood on deck for the Express. One, two. That's way outside, and getting off the bag a lot was Brown. He had to fly back. He could have been thrown out, especially after the throw Seymour made a little bit ago to get Tyler June out, but Brown was able to get back in time. No throw. And now the count evens at 2-2 to McGowan. He's out of Forest City, North Carolina. Check to first. Brown back in safely. Defense tonight behind Van Tile. In the outfield, Lyons in left, Williams in center, Green in right. Infield, Martinez at third, Inoue at short, Bell at second, Ferris at first, and Seymour doing the catching. 2-2. Swinging a line drive into right field. That's going to be a base hit, and Strasburg has their second hit of this first inning. Nice piece of hitting going the other way for Marshall McGowan. And the Express in business here. First and second and 1 out.
Now batting the DH from Western Carolina, number 50, Caden Haywood.
Well, here's another member of the Western Carolina baseball team. Here's Caden Haywood. So they're hitting back-to-back here in this lineup. And again, the only out of this first inning was the caught stealing. Haywood, the DH, right-hander, steps in and lines it into right field. That's down for a base hit. Fielded nicely in right field, fired home, and holding the runner station to station. So Western Carolina teammates McGowan and Haywood single and back-to-back pitches. And the bases are now loaded full of Express here in the first for Andrew Stanson, the catcher.
16, Andrew Stanson.
That's now 23 pitches through a third of an inning for the right-hander Van Tile. And now Stanson looking for his first big knock of the season. And he's got elite power as well. He takes in the dirt. The ball trickles away. Brown is coming home, and he's going to score easily. Very rarely do we see men score from third on a wild pitch in Strasburg with the tight backstop, but it hit just the right spot and allowed the runner to come home from third. And the Express add on to their lead. It's now 2-0 here in inning number 1. So now Stanson with men at second and third. The 1-0. That's fouled off in the box, 1-1. Stanson out of Florida Gulf Coast University. Well, I don't want to point out the obvious, but like I always say, the leadoff walk, even though he was thrown out stealing, it's still a leadoff walk. Walk, home run, walk, single, single. And now a liner to third. It's a bad hop off the third baseman. It trickles away, and it'll be an infield single for Stanson. A tough short hop at third for Martinez. And he reaches, so the bases are now loaded once again. Want to apologize, we're having some issues with our scoring program tonight. Going to try to get the pitches in there and then the base hit. It was a 1-1 count. Here's Madden Williams. And he takes a strike, 0-1. The count. 1 out. And Williams takes a little bit off the plate, 1-1. Yeah, our new scoring program, it was really nice the first night. We didn't have any issues, and tonight we're running into an error every once in a while, having to close out and get back in there, so we do apologize on that. Here's a ground ball to short, should be 2. It's a high hop. Throw to second, they get the out, and Williams able to beat it out. So instead of turning 2, the run comes home to score. It looks like it hit the lip of the infield. Stanson out at second on the fielder's choice. Williams reaches on the RBI, and there are 2 outs.
Number 9, Baylor Roberts.
So RBI for Williams. First and third now, 2 outs for Baylor Roberts, the shortstop from UAB. And he takes low, ball 1. Now that was pitch number 30 of this first inning for Van Tuyl. 8th man to bat here in the inning for the Express, Baylor Roberts. 1-0. That's yanked to the backstop, and now moving up to second on the wild pitch is Madden Williams. That ball was way off the plate and no chance for Seymour to make a play. So now you've got a base open at first, 2-0 count. The 9-hitter J.W. Kohlmeyer would be next. Baylor Roberts, he was a big piece of the UAB offense this season. And he swings and gets under one, pops it up to shallow right center. Williams coming in, Green coming in, and Green will make the catch and the inning is over. But not before Strasburg scores 3 runs in the first inning through 1 inning of play. Strasburg leading it, and we'll return after this on the Express Baseball Network. Back to baseball as we go to the top of the second. Strasburg leading 3-0 as the Cannons will go to 4, 5, 6 in this lineup. Lyons, Seymour, and Bell. Count is 0-1. Whitfield deals, and that is popped up foul territory, third base side. It's going to be playable but not catchable in time as it falls, and it's 0-2. Cannons went down 1-2-3 in the first, a pop out and 2 strikeouts looking. So that's now 3 consecutive games to start the year where the Express have scored in the first inning, nearly batting around for the second time. 0-2. Breaking ball straight back at us. Lyons out of the Air Force Academy. He's an outfielder. Left-handed hitter. And the pitch misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Appreciate everyone joining us tonight on this Sunday evening, wherever you may be watching from via the power of the internet. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. Nice pitch once again from the right-hander out of Norfolk State, Donovan Whitfield. Fourth, make it his 3rd strikeout through an inning and a 3rd.
North Central Texas College, number 5, Eric Martinez.
And the first pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. So the batter here had a lineup issue or a number issue. The batter here is Eric Martinez. My apologies. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Eric Martinez, the batter. He's behind in the count, 1-2. He's out of North Central Texas College. He takes a ball, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. Fastball, strike 3 called. Martinez caught looking. 2 outs here in the second. Yet another punch out for the right-hander Whitfield. And it brings up Andrew Bell, the second baseman.
Baseman from Duke University, number 13, Andrew Bell.
Bell from the Blue Devils of Duke out of the ACC. Bats here with 2 outs and nobody on for the Cannons. And the pitch. Swing and a pop-up off the hands. Calling it the first baseman and making the catch over there is McGowan. And that will do it here in the Cannons half of the second. Another 1-2-3 inning for the right-hander Donovan Whitfield. We go to the last of the second. Strasburg sending up 9-1-2 when we return here on the Express Baseball Network. Go to the bottom of the second. 9-hole hitter up for Strasburg. J.W. Kohlmeyer out of VMI, and the first pitch is swung on and fouled. First base side into the netting. It is 0-1. Strasburg with 3 runs on 4 hits and 2 men left on in the first inning. Home run by Eddie Castillo to get the Express on the board. His 3rd home run already in now 3 games. 0-1. Kohlmeyer takes up the shoot. 1-1. 34 pitches through an inning plus for the right-hander Aaron Van Tile out of the University of Richmond. Trying to get into a groove here in this second inning. And Kohlmeyer fouls it away. He was late, and now a 1-2 count. Beautiful night for baseball. Temps in the 70s today. Expected to get down a little chillier as the game goes on. Kohlmeyer takes a little bit low, 2-2. Many people bringing their sweatshirts tonight. Two-two to the second baseman. And he chops it to third. Waiting back is Martinez. He hoists to first in time, just in time. Great hustle from Kohlmeyer. Martinez waited back probably a little bit longer than he should have, but he was just able to get the out at first. Credit Kohlmeyer for the hustle, and there's 1 out. So Tyler June walked back in the first inning, and then he was caught stealing at second base. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Van Tile getting ahead 0-1. Big wave and a miss, and June behind 0-2. And a wave and a miss again. June down on 3 pitches. And there are quickly 2 outs here in the home half of the second.
The right fielder, number 7, Eddie Castillo.
Well, one final score in the league here today, and Woodstock, well, they didn't get 21 today, but they got to 16. They hang 16 on Charlottesville and beat them 16-9. Charlottesville falls to 0-3 to start the year. Pretty surprising. Here's Castillo. Eddie homered his first time up, takes a ball inside, 1-0. All threes on the board around the league. We got a 3-3 game, a 3-0 game, and another 3-0. 1-0. Castillo grounds it to third. Martinez waits back again. He's going to throw to first in time. And a quick 1-2-3 inning there for the righty Van Tile as Strasburg goes 1-2-3 in the second. We're through 2 and off to the third. Cannon's coming to bat when we return from Strasburg. Vincenzo Kuzat leads off for the Cannons in the top of the third, and the first pitch from Donovan Whitfield misses, ball one. Well, the Cannons have gone down on strikes 4 times, 3 of them looking through 2 innings, trying to get something on the board here with the DH leading off, and he takes in for a strike, 1-1. Vincenzo out of Frederick Community College. One. Swinging a ground ball right side. That's going to be through for a base hit. And the Cannons have their first base runner of the game. It's a leadoff single here in the top of the third.
That brings up the catcher from Louisiana Tech, number 12, Clint Seymour.
And here is the catcher, Clint Seymour. Seymour out of Louisiana Tech. Strasburg looking for a double play ball here. Try to get a ground ball. First pitch is high from Whitfield, 1-0. That was pitch number 1 of the at-bat. 1-0. That's low. 2-0 now. Hitters count 2-0, and that's a chopper up the middle. This could be 2. Roberts go to second for 1. They don't get an out. The ball's thrown away. Reaching safely is everyone. Miscommunication there. Kohlmeyer thought Roberts was going to be there, so he tried to take it himself, and that's just a bad play there by the Strasburg defense.
The right fielder, number 2, A.J. Green. He's out of Memphis University.
So that'll just be a fielder's choice. Should have been an out. So reaching on a fielder's choice is Seymour. And now Green's trying to bunt. First pitch is a called strike as it popped out of the mid of the catcher. And the count is 0-1. Strasburg's defense has bit them a little bit too this year. It hadn't all just been the pitching so far. The infield defense has not been all that good through 2 games. Swing and a miss. Nasty pitch there from Whitfield. He gets him in an 0-2 count now. And that play is unfortunate for the pitcher because not only did he not get any outs, but you can't really score at an error. So that run would be an earned run if it comes in to score. 0-2, he's way ahead of Green, the right fielder. That's in the dirt. Stanson with a beautiful block, keeping the double play in order. And it's 1-2. Green out of Memphis University. Memphis University, I believe it's the University of Memphis. I'm just reading my roster here. 1-2, Whitfield checks the runner and deals, and a fastball. Ring him up, and that is out number 1. Another strikeout. Whitfield comes back with the fastball and paints the black. Yet another strikeout for the right-hander. There's 1 out here in the third.
24, Seth Williams.
And back to the top of the lineup here, Seth Williams, the center fielder. He popped out to third, his only time up. Let's see if Whitfield can either work out of damage or work out of trouble or limit the damage here in this third inning. First pitch. That's just inside, ball 1. Not a bad pitch at all there from the right-hander out of Norfolk State. Single, a fielder's choice, and a strikeout looking here in this third inning. 1-0. Breaking ball way inside, 2-0. Well, you've got a tough out in Niue on deck. Now, you don't want him to come up with the bases loaded. He doesn't have a lot of power, but he's got gap ability, and he could easily clear the bases. Got to go right after Williams here. That's low, and it's 3-0. So Inoue on deck. Shin, who struck out looking his first time up. The batter, Seth Williams, in a 3-0 count. Will probably be taken all the way here, you would think. Time is called, and it's a pitch clock violation. Or is it just a, yep, pitch clock violation, timer violation. So Whitfield took too long. And that will be a walk. All right, we've got a discussion between the umpires here after the pitch clock violation, so we'll step away and be right back. So the pitch clock violation will stand. It'll be a walk on 3 pitches. And now the bases are loaded for the Cannons. And here's Shin Inoue. Not a spot you want to be in with him with the bases loaded. And he takes ball 1, 1-0. So Strasburg leading 3-0. Whitfield running into some trouble here in this 3rd inning. Strasburg will surrender the run to try to turn 2. That misses, 2-0. And again, walks, bases loaded walks. Strasburg has to be leading the league in that category so far this year through the first couple of games. And they don't want to add to that here. Whitfield in a 2-0 count. And that nearly hits him, 3-0. Base is full. Another ball here will bring in a run. And ball 4. So the Express surrender once again a bases loaded walk. 3rd straight game doing so, including last night's walk-off bases loaded walk. And the Cannons are on the board. It's 3-1. And a visit to the mound, and we will be right back. right, visit to the mound is over, and the first pitch to Lucas Ferris misses. Ball one. 3-1 the score. Bases loaded walk here in the inning for the Cannons. See if Whitfield can lock back in. 1-0. Swinging a pop-up. Foul territory and out of play.
Please return all foul balls to train station and exchange a good or free spot. Or if you see a kid with little league age, just hand it to him.
One. And a swing and a foul back, and Whitfield was helped out there. That pitch was up and in on the hands of the first baseman Ferris, who struck out looking his first time up. And now the count is 1-2. Kicking the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to go after a breaking ball down and away. Great pitch there from Donovan Whitfield, and yet another strikeout, and there are 2 outs here in the third as Patrick Lyons comes up to the plate for the Cannons. Nice job by Donovan Whitfield. Pitch up and away. 1-0. That's a little bit low. 2 balls, no strikes. Two-0. Inside to the backstop, 3-0. Apologize, looks like we're having a little stream issue. So let us get our video caught back up. Do apologize for that. Try to get that fixed here in just a second. So meanwhile, while that gets worked on, the count is 3-0. And in there for a strike, 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike to count. And a swing and a miss, and Whitfield gets it back to full, 3-2. 3-1 our score. The Cannons have scored 1 here in this second, make it third inning. Payoff pitch coming up. Everybody will be on the move. And a liner to second. It'll be picked up on the short hop by Kohlmeyer. Throw to first, and he gets out of the jam, just allowing the 1 run. Tip of the cap to Donovan Whitfield through 3. Strasburg leading 3-1 as we go to the bottom of the inning. We'll work on our video and be right back here on the Express Baseball Network. Sam Brown leads off for the Express as we go to the bottom of the third. Strasburg will look to get that run back. It'll be Brown, McGowan, and Haywood. And the pitch is down low quickly, 2-0. Strasburg, 3 runs in the first inning. They had 3 runs on 4 hits. They left 2 on. The second inning, they went 1-2-3. So trying to get something going again here against Van Tile. And Brown takes a breaking ball in there. Sam Brown, a guy I've talked about it a little bit, a few limited moments. He's got power. When he gets a hold of one, it's not a cheapie. 2-1. That's outside, 3-1. Brown swings and pops it up foul. Count is 3-2. And that misses, ball 4. Brown continues to draw a ton of walks, 2 more tonight. And another leadoff walk, second time tonight for Van Tile.
First baseman, number 22, Marshall McGowan.
And here is Marshall McGowan. He singled his first time up. And he swings and lines it in the right. Once again, it's a base hit. It goes through the wicket to the right fielder, Green, and all the way to the wall. Brown being waved home. McGowan into second. Run comes in, and he is safe. And Strasburg up 4-1. So it'll likely be scored a single and an E9. So no RBI, but the run comes in to score. Brown all the way from first as Green just let the ball go right past him. So 2 singles for McGowan. And the first error of the game. The pitch. That's down low, ball 1. So that's twice now where McGowan has gone to right field. Just a really nice, simple swing. Nothing complicated, but nice piece of hitting. Now Haywood trying to follow it up, his college teammate who did the same thing his first time up. And he pops it up in the infield. And Inoue makes the catch, and there's 1 out. So that's the first out of this third inning. For Strasburg, it brings up Andrew Stanson, the catcher.
The catcher, number 16, Andrew Stanson.
Stanson with a single his first time up. Runner goes from second, and getting in there safely is McGowan. A nice heads-up base running there. Kind of the surprise factor. So McGowan at third with 1 out. And the count is 0-2. So 0-2, Stanson trying to bring in the run with 1 out. And corners are playing up to try to cut it down at the plate. And he swings and misses. So Stanson down on strikes in a big spot there. There are 2 outs. And now might be able to see Van Tile work out of this thing here.
Fielder number 46, Madden Williams.
So Williams, who singled his first time up, picked up an RBI. He will bat here with a man at third and 2 outs. And he takes a strike, 0-1. 5 hits for the Express to this point, 4 runs. They have a 3-run lead. 0-1 and now 0-2. Seen Van Tile tonight. He's kind of gone from getting into a groove, then he loses it, and then he gets back into a groove, and he's hard to hit. He's a pitch away from stranding that runner at third. 0-2 is a grounder foul over to head coach Phil Betterly. Nice play, third base side to make the catch. And the count holds at 0-2. Cannons will have 5, 6, 7 due up in the top of the fourth. 0-2. Up and in. Watch out. Williams ducks out of the way. And it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leadoff walk started this inning. And Williams takes another breaking ball. This time it's low, and it's 2-2. And that's fouled. So a good battle here between Van Tile and Madden Williams. 2-2 again. And that's low, 3-2. So from 0-2 to 3-2 here. Baylor Roberts, the shortstop, would be next if Williams can keep the line moving here in the bottom of this third inning. Payoff pitch. Swinging a ground ball left side. That's going to be scooped up by Martinez. He spins and throws to first. Heck of a play over there by Eric Martinez. And that will do it in the third. Strasburg strands a man at third. We're a third of the way through. Express lead at 4-1. We're back after this on the Express Baseball Network. Top of the fourth we go. New pitcher coming to the mound for the Express. It'll be the right-hander Noah LaFine out of Virginia Military Institute. And his first pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. LaFine will face Martinez, Bell, and Cusat here in this fourth inning. Martinez struck out looking his only time up. He's behind 0-1 and now 1-1. Final line for Donovan Whitfield, the starter for the Express out of Norfolk State. He goes 3 innings, allows 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 6. 1-1. That's outside and high. 2-1 now. Two one from LaFine to Martinez. Breaking ball, man, that was a nice one. Completely fooled the batter Martinez. 2-2. Jelly legged him. Now you go back to the high fastball. 2-2. And he goes with the slider again and gets the swing and a miss. So he stays all speed twice in a row and had Martinez way out in front. Eric down on strikes for the second time tonight, 1 out in the fourth, and it brings up Andrew Bell, the second baseman.
Number 13, Andrew Bell.
So a nice job there from LaFine, battling back from behind 2-1, and he goes back-to-back breaking balls and gets the punch out. So Bell popped out his only time up, and he takes the breaking ball, must have been a little bit high, 1-0. Strasburg with a 3-run lead here. We play in the top of the fourth. And that's fouled away. Big thank you to all of our loyal fans and supporters of the Express that have tuned in and watched for many years. Broadcasts have definitely evolved over time with graphics and better video quality and things like that. 1-1. And that misses. 2-1 now. Big reminder to head over to StrasburgExpress.org to check out all of our great sponsors that make the Express season possible, along with our host families. Big thank you to all of them. Again, that's StrasburgExpress.org. 2-1. Breaking ball in there. 2-2. That's to the backstop. 3-2. And a swing and a foul ball. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Charging is Roberts. Throws in time. Quick trigger there from Baylor Roberts. And there are 2 outs. So 2 up, 2 down here in the Purcellville half of the fourth. And here is Vincenzo Cusack.
Number 6, Vincenzo Cusack.
And that is fouled right near the Cannon dugout. It hit off the pole. The on-deck man, Seymour, the catcher, was right there. And then you have a couple of other guys sitting right at the end of the dugout. That was fortunate. That could have been bad. 0-1. Swinging a ground ball to second. Kohlmeyer throws to first in time in a 1-2-3 inning for the VMI right-hander Noah LaFine, and that will do it in the top of the fourth. Express coming to bat, looking to add on to their 4-1 lead. They will send up 8, 9, and 1. Roberts, Kohlmeyer, and June when we return on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. Back to baseball. We go to the bottom of the fourth and first pitch, and it's a bunt, and down the line is the throw. Rounding first, now on his way to second. Rounding second, on his way to third. Here's the throw, and that's nearly out of play. And getting all the way to third base is Baylor Roberts. It'll be a single and a two-base throwing error for Baylor Roberts, getting all the way around to third base. He nearly got home on the throw. So what a bunt there from Roberts, and it turned into the merry-go-round there for the Cannons. So that's a hit and an error. And the Express have a man at third with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Here's Kohlmeyer, and he swings and fouls it back, 0-1. That was a good effort throw, but then it trickled away, and Roberts was hesitant at first to take off to go to third or to second, but he did, and it was a great decision because the ball just went rolling down the line. 0-1. That's outside, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. 6 hits now for the Express. Swing and a miss, 1-2. One, two, and a strike 3 called. Kohlmeyer frozen, and a punch out for the first out here in the fourth. Pitch is in the dirt, 1-1. Trying to get our scoreboard called up again, having some issues with Presto. And the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Tyler June. Again, a chance here for the Express with a man at third and less than 2 outs. June takes high, 2-2. So this inning started with a single by Roberts on the bunt. The ball was thrown away all the way down the third base line. He got all the way to third. And then 2 strikeouts in a row as Kohlmeyer and now June go down on strikes. And another big punch out for the Cannons. Had a man at third with 1 out last inning. Couldn't get him in, and looking like it could be the same story again here. which is, you know, for the Express, it's just inexcusable to get a man at third with less than 2 outs and not score him. But Castillo has a chance here to pick up his teammates. And he takes a strike down the middle, 0-1. Again, in games like this, in games that you start walking people late and you start giving away a run or two here like they did last night, ends up costing you at the end of the game. 0-1 in the dirt, 1-1. Baylor Roberts at third. He's got good speed if the ball is able to trickle away enough where he can try to come home. Castillo 1 for 2, home run in the first, ground out in the second. Batting for the third time here tonight, here with 2 outs in the fourth. 1-1. That's in there, and just like that, Van Tile is a strike away from getting out of it again. Righty comes set and delivers. Swinging a high fly ball to right field. It's well struck, backing up the right fielder at the wall, and it's gone. Castillo with yet another home run. Hits it out to right center, and it clears the wall for his second home run of the game. It's now his fourth home run in not even 3 full games, and the Express now lead it 6-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. How about Eddie Castillo on an absolute tear? 2 out, 2 strike home run. Really nice job there from Castillo as he was sitting on the fastball and hits it out of the park. We've got a visit to the mound here, and while they do that, we'll step away and be right back here on the Eddie Castillo Show. And we've got a pitching change here in the fourth inning. We'll tell you about the new Purcellville hurler right after this. All right, new arm into the game for the Cannons with 2 outs here in the fourth. It'll be the left-hander Brody Carley. And the first pitch as he faces the lefty Brown is to the backstop, ball one. Carly out of Mary Washington University. So the line can be closed on Van Tile. He worked around traffic all night, but finally got bit again. And as Brown takes a strike, 1-1. Final line for the right-hander Van Tile. He goes 3 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 were earned. He walked 3 and struck out 4. 1-1 to Brown. That's high, 2-1. Two balls, one strike to Brown, who has walked twice and scored twice. Not close, 3-1. I don't know what it is about Sam Brown. They can't throw a strike to him. I don't know if they can't or they don't want to, but he's in a 3-1 count. And the pitch from Carly. Swinging a pop-up foul toward the parking lot, and it's 3-2. So full count. Lefty sets the 3-2. And that misses, ball 4. Mr. On base percentage, Sam Brown walks for the 3rd time in 3 tries. And a 2-out base runner here for the Express as it brings up Marshall McGowan for the 3rd time tonight.
First baseman, number 22, Marshall McGowan.
So McGowan, 2 for 2 with 2 singles to right field so far. Can he do it again? He takes a strike, 0-1.
Balcony number 4. There you go, Jet. Thank you. Of course.
Checks the runner at first and deals. Watch out inside, and McGowan turns our way and starts smiling. I think he thought that ball was going to hit him, and then he got out of the way in time. 1-1. 6-1 our score here. Bottom of the 4th, Express on top. Leading the Cannons of Purcellville. Brown at first. And the 1-1. Swinging a fly to center. Well struck. Coming in Williams. He's not going to make the catch. It drops in front of him. And another base hit for Marshall McGowan. He's 3 for 3. And the line continues to churn here for the Express. And it brings up Caden Haywood, the DH.
Now batting the DH, number 50, Caden Haywood.
So what a contrast we have between the 3 and 4 hole. The 3 hole, 0 for 0 with 3 walks. And the 4 hole, 3 for 3 with 3 singles. So that is now 8 hits for the Express to just 1 hit for the Cannons. This feels like an absolute carbon copy of the game against Winchester Friday night. I mean, this is just everything about this feels very similar. Allowing just 1 hit to this point, the score. The pitch to Haywood. Breaking ball up and in. 1-0. Well, this inning did not start with a leadoff walk, but it started with a single that turned into a 2-base throwing error. So runner at third, and then 2 straight strikeouts before Castillo hit a home run, then a walk to Brown and a single for McGowan. Here's a swing and a high fly to center. Going back, he's got room, he leaps, and he makes the catch out there. Williams comes down with it. An unbelievable leaping play at the wall. It wasn't going to leave, but it was going to be extra bases and a couple of runs. And tip of the cap there to the center fielder, Williams, Seth Williams, keeping the Cannons in the game on that catch. And that will do it here in the fourth. We go to the fifth, Strasburg leading 6-1. Back to baseball. Cannons come up to bat in the top of the fifth. It'll be Clint Seymour, A.J. Green, and Seth Williams. First pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Seymour reached on a fielder's choices last time up on a ball that probably should have been a double play. Here he grounds it to first, picking on the short hop. Heck of a play over there at first by the first baseman, Marshall McGowan. He was going to wait back on it, but then he came up and got it on the short hop, 3 unassisted, and there's 1 out here in the top of the fifth. Really nice play there from McGowan. So back-to-back plays, 1 for the Cannons and 1 for the Express. It turned out to be pretty impressive. All right, Green bats, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. Check swing. How many of those have we seen from the Cannons tonight where they've wanted to commit? Well, they maybe didn't want to commit, but they ended up committing and couldn't lay off. 0-1. Called strike. Noah LaFine gets it in the zone again. It's 0-2. Purcellville with 1 hit. That was a single by Cusat back in the third. LaFine gets a high chopper. This could be a tough play. McGowan fields, throws to first. It's off the mark, and reaching safely is probably a base hit for A.J. Green. That was going to take a lot of effort there. And reaching on the hit is Green. That was one of those high choppers
Center fielder, number 24, Seth Williams,
where the first baseman had to move to his right to field it, and then the pitcher had to come cover, and it just didn't really have a chance to get him. Good hustle by Green, beating it out. Their second hit of the game. And back to the top for Seth Williams, who just made that web gem play. Here's a throw to the backstop, throw to second, and he is out. So Stanson has it go to the backstop. It ricochets back to him. He fires down to second. That's one that you really don't see a lot here. That's an unusual play as he's caught stealing on a ball that went to the backstop. And here's a ground ball to third on the next pitch. Fielded and thrown to first in time, and that will do it here in the top of the fifth. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Strasburg coming to bat, leading 6-1. Andrew Stanson leads off for Strasburg as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Express up 6-1. Carly back to the mound, and the first pitch is a called strike, 0-1. That was inside. Oh, 1. And that one's called ball 1, 1-1. So Stanson, Williams, and Roberts, 6, 7, 8 due up here in the bottom of the fifth for the homestanding Strasburg Express. Lefty Carly's delivery is a little bit low, 2-1. We will get a look at the Valley League scoreboard here in just a moment. Check on the games. We've got one final, possibly more than one at this point. Good hitters count here for Andrew Stanson. And he swings and gets under it. Hits a high fly to center. Williams going to be a can of corn compared to the last one he made last half inning to save 2 runs from scoring. Stanson with a good swing, but he got a little bit too far under it for the first out, and it brings up Madden Williams. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the first. All right, one final score. Woodstock beat Charlottesville 16-9. Bottom of the 8th, Harrisonburg leading Waynesboro 5-4. Bottom of the 4th, Front Royal leading Culpeper 7-0. And then 2 games just got started. Williams takes high, ball 1. Again, Mondays and Tuesdays this year in the Valley League are designated rain dates. So as of right now, there have been no rainouts, so no games are scheduled for either tomorrow or Tuesday in the Valley League. So games will resume on Wednesday. 1-0. That misses. Strasburg on Wednesday will go on the road to Culpeper. And then Thursday night, the Express are scheduled to be back here against the Woodstock River Bandits. That game is likely to not be played because of a field conflict. That pitch is inside corner, strike 1. Strasburg High School has priority to play on this field. This is their home field. And if they win in their game on Tuesday, they will go to the region championship and play here on Thursday. Swing and a miss, 2-2. So we will keep you up to date on that situation. That game would likely then be made up the following week on either the Monday or the Tuesday, which is the open date for the rainouts. 2-2 to Madden Williams. Swinging a line drive into right center field. That's going to be down for a base hit. Good hustle out there again by the center fielder Williams, but he couldn't get to this one. And a nice piece of hitting as Madden Williams has his second hit of the game.
Shortstop, number 9, Baylor.
And that is the 9th hit overall for this Strasburg Express team. Brings Baylor Roberts to the plate, and Roberts was the one that got the merry-go-round going last inning when he bunted down the third base line. It was a beautiful bunt, and then a bad throw down the first base line. He got all the way to third. The pitch. That's high, ball 1. Again, Roberts, a first-team all-freshman in his conference with UAB. 1-0. And that's inside. Some exciting news and announcement today was made as former member of the Express, Jonah Cox from the 2022 team, was promoted to the major leagues, San Francisco Giants, as Jonah was called up from Double-A today. Double-A Richmond, actually. 2-0. That gets a piece of Roberts. He's hit by a pitch. So Roberts will take first, and it brings up J.W. Kohlmeyer.
Well, we've got a nice announcement to make. We put up a big poster when we have a guy make it to Major League Baseball. Jonah Cox, former Express outfielder, was called up to the San Francisco Giants. He's making his Major League debut. Congratulations, Jonah Cox. Now batting number 6, J.W. Kohlmeyer.
One thing about Jonah Cox, not only the dominance of this year in the minors, he's hitting .400 this year in Double-A, and he has, I want to say, around 35 stolen bases. That guy can flat out fly. So congrats to Jonah Cox, another former member of the Express, heading to the big leagues. Joining a list of, I think we're at, that would be our 4th or 5th or 6th. Okay, our 6th major leaguer in the history of the Express franchise. It started in 2011. The Express with 4 Valley League championships already, and now 6 major leaguers. 1-0 to J.W. Kohlmeyer. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Kohlmeyer with a strikeout looking his last time up. One ball, one strike, one out. Williams at second, Roberts at first. Strasburg leading 6-1. Left-hander Brody Carley sets. Checks the runner at second. And he will spin to second and hold the runner there. Disengagement. All right, 1-1 again. Top of the lineup is next, and Tyler June, who would love to come up with a big hit here, has struggled a little bit tonight. 1-1 is up and away, 2-1. The only thing is, though, is then the pitcher would kind of have the advantage because you'd have the force out anywhere, and then you'd have the left-on-left matchup. So probably wouldn't be the worst thing here if Carley didn't get too aggressive with Kohlmeyer to try to set up the force at the plate. The lefty on deck. Kohlmeyer fouls it back, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Again, the beautiful night at the ballpark continues. Little League night and Sunday night baseball. 24th pitch of the outing for Carley. And that's high, and the count fills up at 3-2. We'll see if the runners are going to be aggressive here. Don't know if they're going to be going here. You've got the top of the lineup next. I wouldn't be shocked to see it. We'll see what they do. Problem is, you hit a line drive right at somebody or a swing and miss, you could be in trouble. Let's see, payoff pitch. Runners jumping off second. They do go, and it's high, ball 4. And the bases are full of Express here in the bottom of the 5th, and Tyler June, the center fielder, comes to the plate.
Center fielder number 10, Tyler June.
And you know that whole thing about him having to hit left-handed? Well, not if he's a switch hitter. So he will turn around and bat right-handed here against the left-hander on the mound. So that shows what I know. But hey, it's early. And we don't have right-left on our rosters like we're used to. Here's the pitch. June takes a strike. Again, Tyler hit a home run last night at Newmarket, nearly 2. And in his first at-bat, he crushed a ball to right, but it went foul. It probably went, I don't even know, 350, 60. I mean, it was crushed. Let's see if Strasburg can add on here. These are the spots you got to do it because the walks sometimes catch up to you. 0-1, ground ball to the left side. This could be a tough play. They're going to go to second for one. No, they're not in time. They're not going to get the out at second. Good effort in the backhand in the hole for Inoue. Tossing it to Bell. The run comes in to score, and reaching is June on the RBI. So station to station there. That was placed perfectly.
Right fielder number 7, Eddie Castillo.
And we've got a visit to the mound. We'll be right back. All right, after the visit to the mound, Eddie Castillo, who's already hit 2 home runs tonight, will bat with the bases loaded and 1 out. And he'll take a strike, 0-1. Eddie with a solo homer in the first, 2-run homer last inning in the fourth. 7-1 our score, bases full, June at first, Roberts at third, Kohlmeyer at second. And a danger spot. Corners are playing in, trying to cut down the run at the plate. That's in the dirt, and here come the runners. Scoring from third on the wild pitch is Baylor Roberts, and it's 8-1 Strasburg. Everybody else moving up 90 feet. Kohlmeyer to third, June to second. And a 8-1 lead here for the Express. Now 1 ball, 1 strike. And 1 out. Corners are still playing in. Pitch is absolutely crushed but foul. He got out in front of it. That one's going to land. It's going to hit the, nope, it almost landed on the blacktop, but it went over that. Went past the blacktop. Well, he was in a 2-strike count last time when he hit the home run. We'll see what he can do here behind 1 and 2. Sam Brown on deck. He's walked 3 times. And that popped out of the hand a little early there from the lefty Carley, 2-2. Castillo looking to at least drive in a run here. Possibly more. 2-2. That's high. Ball 3. Well, you do have a base here to give Castillo if you don't want to risk giving up another home run. You've got the lefty Brown on deck. Problem is, Brown's walked 3 times tonight, so are you for sure you can throw a strike to him? Payoff pitch to Eddie Castillo. Swinging a ground ball, third base side. It's a fair ball, and it's going to go down the line. 2 runs are going to score. Castillo rounds first. He's in the second. It's a 2 RBI double, and Castillo continues to torch his opponents early in 2026. 2 more runs come in to score. It's 10-1 Strasburg. Castillo with 5 RBIs, and he's halfway to the cycle with a double and a home run. And a pitching change. We'll tell you about the new arm right after this, as Strasburg leads it 10-1 with 1 out in the 5th. New pitcher here for Strasburg, or for Purcellville. It will be number 33, Brian DeCoris, and he will face Sam Brown, who has walked 3 times tonight, with Brown wanting to hit the ball, and he loses the bat over the dugout. Unfortunately, nobody was there, and it rolls towards the Little League field fence. Holy cow. That could have been bad. They've got the spray pine tar, they've got the stick, but Brown, and see, that's what happens when you haven't really been able to swing the bat. When you've walked 3 times, sometimes you lose the bat when you swing. That's what happened there. At least it didn't get stuck in the net like when Sonny DeShera was hitting, and it was way up there in the net. So Ridge Fuller of the Purcellville Cannons went and retrieved the bat. And while we have a second, I want to make an announcement. Jonah Cox, first hit, a double against the Rockies.
First at bat.
I'll have to check if it was first at bat. Let me verify that real quick. But first hit at least. Let me go check. 1 ball, 1 strike to Brown. And that hits him. Oh my goodness. Sam Brown on again, and it brings up Marshall McGowan.
First baseman, number 22, Marshall McGowan.
Yep, so Cox came into the game. He doubled, and then he took over in center field. He came in as a pinch runner, stayed in the game, played center, and doubled in his only at-bat. First at-bat double. First and second, 1 out here for Marshall McGowan. And he's been on 3 times, 3 singles. And he takes a strike, 0-1. So the right-hander here trying to get out of trouble. That's in the dirt, and it's a wild pitch. Both runners are going to move up as Castillo's to third and Brown is to second. The pitch, and that misses. 2-1 to Decorus, from Decorus to McGowan. Two-1, fouled back, and it's 2-2. 10-1 our score. Strasburg 3 in the first, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 4 in the fifth so far for the Express. 10 runs on 11 hits tonight. Cannons with 1 run on 2 hits and 2 errors. Decorus trying to get an out here and keep Strasburg from possibly going up 10 or 11. 2-2. McGowan lines it up the middle. It's a base hit. He's 4 for 4 with 4 singles. 2 runs are going to score, and the Express now lead it 12-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. Marshall McGowan, how about him tonight? What a night at the plate.
Now batting the DH, number 50, Caden Haywood.
And don't forget, folks, this has all been with 1 out. This inning started with a fly out. Single, hit by pitch, walk, single, 2-run double, hit by pitch, 2-run single. Visit to the mound. And we'll take a breather here. McGowan has peppered away the opposite way, and that's impressive for the right-hander to go to right field, and he has dominated doing that tonight. All right, so after the visit, we'll get back to play here. Here's Caden Haywood. He singled his first time up. He's 1 for 3. Popped out in the third, flew out in the fourth. And now a chance to get on the board again here, and he takes a strike from Decorus, 0-1. Decorus is the fourth pitcher, the third pitcher of the ball game for the Cannons. 0-1. That's in the dirt. Blocked enough by Seymour to keep the runner at first. Final line for Brody Carley. He goes just 2/3 of an inning, allows 4 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. He walked 2 and didn't have any strikeouts. 1-1. Swing and a foul held on to by Seymour. Big hack there. Haywood is the only man that has not hit in this inning until right now. Stanson on deck, who led off with the fly out. It just seems so fitting. That always happens. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Haywood down on strikes for the second out of the inning, and now the Express hitting around as Stanson comes to the plate for the second time in this inning.
Number 16, Andrew Stanson.
So Stanson trying to keep the line moving. Big secondary over there at first, and that pitch is called ball 1. Stanson 1 for 3. Tell the temperature's starting to drop off a little bit on us here. Check to first. And back in there safely is McGowan. Stanson, he just missed it last time up. He hit it well but got under it. And that misses 2-0. Appreciate everyone joining us tonight. Strasburg and Purcellville here. Third game of the season, early on May 31st. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Both of these teams coming into this game 1-1. Strasburg with their first loss of the year last night after blowing a 6-0 lead, losing 7-6 on a bases loaded walk in the 9th inning. 2-1's high, 3-1. And for Purcellville, a win that felt like Strasburg's win in game 1 against Winchester, where they got a lead and then had to hold on for dear life. Dangerous count here to Stanson, the catcher, 3-1. And probably ball 4, but he went after it, fouled it off, and the count full at 3-2 with McGowan about to be running on the pitch. Three-two. DeCoris deals. Up and in, and he fouls it off. Oh, it gets through the netting and gets a fan there on the front row right near the dugout. Thinks she's okay. One of those rare instances where the ball gets over the top of the net and then just kind of rolls straight down. But again, that was a pitch that was up on the fist, and Stanson's trying to make something happen. Pitch. Outside, ball 4, and this inning continues on. So Stanson, who made the first out of the 5th, will not make the 3rd.
Left fielder number 46, Madden Williams.
As he draws the walk, McGowan moves up to 2nd, and here's Madden Williams. He singled and scored all the way back, well, in this 5th inning. First pitch. Swinging a ground ball left side. Same play as earlier. Martinez scoops. The ball gets away and out of play. So this time the throw is not a good one. One run is going to score. Holding at 3rd is Stanson. And it is 13-1 as McGowan scores on the throwing error. And brings up Baylor Roberts once again. So no RBI there for Williams. That's a play that was a nice play and everything, but he had time to make the throw. So it'll be an unearned run there. And no RBIs. And now Roberts pops it up foul, 0-1. So 3rd error of the game on the Cannons. I mean, that was like a carbon copy of that play earlier where he kind of made that spin and fielding it, but not the same result, that's for sure. All right, 0-1 to Roberts, who was hit by a pitch earlier this inning, and he takes in the dirt, ball 1, 1-1. Yeah, they might have to, I know the numbers, just a number issue, but they might want to switch Seymour and Martinez after all. I'm sure Seymour's getting tired back there. 1-1 to Baylor Roberts. And Baylor laces one into left. That's a base hit. One run's going to score. They're holding the second runner at 3rd. And Baylor Roberts has an RBI single, and it is getting out of hand quickly here. 14-1 Strasburg now on top.
Second baseman number 6, J.W. Coleman.
Second hit of the game for Roberts. He's hitting 3 consecutive innings, and now if you're Purcellville, what do? Do you just let DeCoris out there and kind of have to wear it, I would think. So here's Kohlmeyer. He walked earlier this inning, and we've got a throw over to first in a 14-1 game. Not sure what that's all about. So Kohlmeyer looking for his first knock of the night. The pitch. That's at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Oh, 1. That's fouled back, and now 0-2 the count. So 8 runs have come across on the box score here in this 5th inning for the Strasburg Express. 14 runs on 13 hits. Kohlmeyer behind 0-2. Top of the lineup would be next. Runner is going. The ball is in the dirt. Here comes another runner, and he's going to score. So Strasburg, and getting all the way to third base is Roberts, so it'll be a stolen base, and then he gets to third on the wild pitch. So Williams comes in to score. Roberts a stolen base and then moves up all the way to third. And it's 15-1, Strasburg on top. One, two, fouled off. One, two. Swing and a foul ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And a strike 3 called. And Kohlmeyer down on strikes looking, and that'll do it in the inning. Strasburg with 9 runs, and they now lead it 15-1 as we go to the 6th. Top of the 6th, first pitch swinging is Shintara Inoue, and back to LaFine. His throw to first is in time. And there's 1 out on 1 pitch to start the top of the 6th inning.
First baseman, number 27, Lucas Ferris.
So a 1-3 put out on the first pitch, and here's Lucas Ferris. All right, Ferris swings at the first pitch. That's foul. Watch out, Ridge Fuller. It is 0-1. All right, let's try to get to, might have to get to some history here. 0-1 to Ferris. That's outside. Do want to get another look around the Valley League scoreboard. Waynesboro in the 9th inning, leading Harrisonburg 8-5. Front Royal leading Culpeper 7-3 in the 6th inning. LaFine deals outside. Stanton leading Winchester 1-0 bottom 2, and Covington is leading Newmarket 6-1 in the 2nd. Two 2-1. Watch out. Ferris is hitting the back on a breaking ball that got away from LaFine. That'll be the first base runner of this 6th inning for the Cannons, and Patrick Lyons comes to the plate.
Left fielder number 4, Patrick Lyons.
And a visit to the mound. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change here. LaFine will be done, and the Express going to the bullpen. We'll take a quick break. When we return, we'll have some baseball history for you on this day, May 31st. Pitching change for Strasburg here in the top of the 6th, and it'll be the right-hander Luke Godwin. And the first pitch is high, ball 1. So the runner at first is the responsibility of LaFine. Godwin out of Anderson University. Pitch is lined in the left. That's going to be down for a base hit. That's just the 3rd hit of the game for the Cannons, and it comes here with 1 out in the 6th inning. So credit Patrick Lyons with his first hit of the game.
Number 5, Eric Martinez.
And here's Eric Martinez, the 3rd baseman. He's trying to get off the schneid 0-for-2 with a couple of strikeouts, one swinging, one looking. Pitch is down and away, ball one. Get to some baseball history here momentarily. (15-1) our score here in the top of the sixth. 1-0. That's high, 2-0. Just got to come in and throw strikes right now if you're Strasburg pitching. 2-0. Breaking ball in there. All right. Today in 1869, May 31st, 1869, the first rainout in professional baseball history occurs as the Red Stockings game against the Antioch 9 are postponed. 2-1. That's in there, 2-2. Today in 1925, Ty Cobb's 275th triple makes him the first player ever with 1,000 extra base hits. 2-2 swing and a foul tip held onto by the catcher. And a strikeout for Martinez, his third of the night. And there are 2 outs. And here's Andrew Bell. Ty Cobb held on to that extra base hit record until 1931 when Babe Ruth passed him. So now 2 outs in the top of the sixth for Andrew Bell. And he takes it just off the plate, a breaking ball, 1-0. Today in 1927, there's an unassisted triple play for the second consecutive day in the major leagues. (1-0) is in there. Also today in 1927, Jimmy Fox hits his first career home run. He went on to hit 533 more by the end of his career in 1945. 1-1, breaking ball, down and away. Today in 1938, Lou Gehrig plays in his 2000th consecutive game and collects an RBI single, helping the Yankees defeat the Red Sox 12-5. (2-1). And that's in there on the inside part of the plate. 2-2 now. So the right-hander Luke Godwin out of Anderson University looking to keep it right here at a 15-1 game. Batter Andrew Bell trying to get his team a little bit closer. Outside, 3-2. So full count here, the Cannons half of the sixth inning. Again, we got started tonight just after 6:06 to be exact. Our weekend games here in Strasburg at 6. Pitch is hit into left. That's going to be down for a base hit and going to go all the way to the wall. June can't cut it off, and 2 runs are going to score into second. It'll be a 2 RBI double for Andrew Bell. One of those runs on the line of LaFine, and it's 15-3. And that will bring up Vince Cusat.
Now batting the DH, number 6, Vincenzo Cusat.
So Vincenzo getting another opportunity. This is his third at-bat of the game. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. And he takes low, ball 1, 1-0. Today in 1964 at Shea Stadium, the Mets and Giants play the longest doubleheader in Major League history, 9 hours and 52 minutes with the help of a 23-inning game. 1-0. Runner going. Here's the throw to third, and it is not in time. Stealing third base is Bell. So it's a called strike. The count is 1-1. The Cannons with a run at third. So the lead is 12. If he comes in from third, it would be an 11-run game. Strasburg trying to maintain at least a 10-run lead here. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Big hack there from the designated hitter And it's 1-2. Swing and a foul. Nope, not held on to. Here's an interesting one. Today in 1999, umpire Frank Pulley uses a television replay to take away a home run from Cliff Floyd of the Marlins in the 5th inning of a 5-2 loss to the Cardinals. After the game, the National League officials made it clear technology should not have been used to reverse that call. That pitch is fouled away. So in 1999, the National League said you cannot use technology to make this call. Today in 2026, you have an automated strike zone. You have a pitch clock. You have a building designed for replay in New York. Here's a liner to center. That's going to be down, and June lays out, and it goes all the way to the wall. And that might be an inside the park home run. They're going to hold him at third. It's a rare triple here at First Bank Park. And it's 15-4. So the run comes in on the sinking line drive. June, for whatever reason, tried to lay out for it, and not a good decision. It went all the way past him to the wall. 15-4 is the score, and I think he could have sent him. I think he could have scored on that play. But there's a rare triple. We probably won't see two more of those all season here at First Bank Park. But coming in to score, the runner Bell, and then Vincenzo holding at third. First pitch to Seymour, a strike. 0-1 the count. And that's a strike. The count is quickly 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, struck him out, and that'll do it here in the 6th. Purcellville gets 3 runs closer, but they still trail 15-4 as we go to the last of the 6th inning. We'll return after this here on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network.
Tyler June.
Back to baseball. We go to the bottom of the sixth and a new pitcher for the Cannons. It will be the left-hander sidearmer out of Bluefield State University, Will Poopy Ricketts. And just so you all know, that's what it says on Presto. That's what it says on our roster. Is in quotes, Poopy. So he is on the mound, the sidearmer ready, and the first pitch to Tyler June, the switch hitter, is low, ball one. So Ricketts, who has been a member of the Cannons at least 2 years, if not 3, taking over here. And the sidearmer finds the strike zone 1-1. So June is 1 for 4, singled his last time up, and he chops it foul in the box. Actually 1 for 3, walked back in the first. So Strasburg's lead is 11, 15-4. They gave up 3 in the top of the 6th inning, 1 of those on LaFine and 2 on Godwin. Now granted, the play, the effort in center, June laying out, that hurt a little bit. But it still would have been a run regardless, so it didn't really change anything. Runner was stranded at third. 1-2 from Ricketts to June. That is lined in the right. It'll be a base hit. And Tyler June has his second hit of the game. And that is hit number 15 tonight for Strasburg.
Eddie Castillo.
Well, here's Castillo. He's halfway to the cycle. 2 home runs, a double, 3 runs scored, and 5 RBIs. Now he'll bat here with a man at first and nobody out. The pitch from Ricketts. That's down and in. Did that hit him? No, it didn't. It's 1-0. All right, we'll get to some more history here before we wrap things up. That's high. Today in 2008, for the first time in 100 years, the Chicago Cubs have the best record in the majors entering June, 36-21. 2-0. That's inside 3-0. Today in 2009, Florida State University defeats Ohio State University 37-6 in the region tournament in Tallahassee. 38 hits for Florida State. Castillo takes low ball 4, 15 doubles, and 66 total bases. So June to second, Castillo on again on the walk, and here's Sam Brown. Will Brown get a chance here? He's 0 for 0. 3 walks and a hit by pitch, and 3 runs scored. And he has to face the left-hander again. Got to hold on to the bat first thing and then let it rip. Let's see if he can swing at something here. That's ball 1. And then the on-deck man, McGowan, he could potentially be going for a record. He's 4 for 4 with 4 singles. 1-0. Swing and a pop-up into right, actually in the infield. Didn't get out of the infield. Infield fly will be called, and Brown is finally retired for the first time tonight. There's 1 out, and here's Marshall McGowan, the first baseman.
First baseman, number 22, Marshall McGowan.
So potential history opportunity here. 4 for 4 with 4 singles. Gets to face the left-hander, Poopy Ricketts here. And he takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. Oh, 1. That's down and away. 1-1. Castillo at first, June at second. 1 out. And, oh, McGowan's hit by a pitch. And that'll load the bases up. And Caden Haywood scheduled to bat, and he will bat here in the 6th inning.
The DH, number 50, Caden Haywood.
Today in 2022, the Cincinnati Reds win their first game at Fenway Park since Game 7 of the 1975 World Series. So 40-plus years later, the Reds finally win a game in Boston. Granted, interleague wasn't for all that time, wasn't what it is now, where you're always playing interleague games. Base is full here. 1 out, 1-0 count for Caden Haywood. The pitch from the lefty side armor is fouled away. Strasburg 3 in the first, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 9 runs in the fifth. For Purcellville, 1 in the third and 3 in the sixth. 15-4 our score, last of the 6th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out to Haywood. He takes down and away, 2-1. Haywood a single in the first, but then he's popped out, flown out, and struck out his last 3 times. And that's low, 3-1. So 3 balls and a strike now, nowhere to put him. And the pitch. Swinging a lace line drive down the left field line. It's foul, out of play. Payoff pitch. Base is full. 1 out. And he lines it in the left. It's a base hit. It'll be a run-scoring hit. That flies away past the left fielder and goes all the way to the wall. This is going to clear the bases. On his way to third is Haywood. Here's the throw. It's not in time. 3 runs are going to score. And it is 18-4 Strasburg here in the bottom of the 6th. Took a bit of a tough hop out there, but
Catcher, number 16,
3 runs are going to come in on the play. So it'll be a single and an error on the left fielder. And that is hit high in the air to left by Stanson. And getting back to tag is Haywood. He's going to hold up, though. And it's cut off, and there are 2 outs. So Stanson gets under it.
Left fielder, number 46, Madden Williams.
Here's Williams, Madden Williams. He takes low, ball 1.
What was the last play pop out to do?
1-0. Swinging a high fly to center. That's well struck. Looking up is Williams. He leaps. It's gone. And he makes it an even 20. Madden Williams with a home run, his 3rd hit of the game. And what a showing tonight on the offensive side for the Strasburg Express. 20 runs on the board, 14 over the last 2 innings. And we've got a visit to the mound coming up. We'll take a break and be right back here in this offensive outpour by the Express. 20-4 our score, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Baylor Roberts coming to the plate, and he'll face a new pitcher. 00 Christian Hubbard, right-hander out of University of Arkansas Monticello. Bases clear and 2 outs. The pitch. Roberts takes low, ball 1. This has been a crazy inning. Last few innings have been quite unique. 1-0. That's in there for a strike, 1-1. 20 runs on 16 hits for the Express. 1-1. That's fouled away, 1-2. One, two, the count to Roberts. He singled earlier this inning, and he takes low. He has 2 hits, a hit by pitch, an RBI, 2 runs scored, and a stolen base. Roberts takes high to the backstop. All right, 3-2, 2 outs coming up to Hubbard. Some fans starting to file for the exits here. And Roberts stings one into right center. It's going to stay in the park. Moving to his right is Green, and he will make the catch. And finally, the 6th inning comes to a close, but not before 5 runs come across for the Express. They've now scored 16 runs over the last 2 innings. And they are 3 outs away from potentially ending this game. We go to the top of the 7th. We'll break and return after this on the Strasburg Express Baseball Network. Pinch hitter for Purcellville as we go to the top of the 7th. And first pitch swinging and driving it to right and making the catch. Didn't even have time to introduce him. It was number 14, Grant Jaluli out of Eastern New Mexico University. So he flies out as the pinch hitter.
Center fielder number 24, Seth Williams.
You got to think the Cannons are probably going to be aggressive here in this 7th inning. So 1 up, 1 down for the right-hander, Luke Godwin. And the pitch. That's a little bit low to the leadoff man, Seth Williams, who is 0 for 2, walked back in the 3rd inning. 1-0. Swing and a miss. One. That skips. What a pick by Stanson. Jeez. That was a dirt ball, and he somehow kept it in front, and umpire's thanking him, tapping him on the back. Thank you, sir. I'll be able to feel my shins tomorrow. 2-1. Breaking ball, hit the third. Nice backhand snag over there by Sam Brown. Throws to first in time. Heck of a play. Hang a star on that one. Cue the sound effects. And there are 2 outs here in the top of the 7th.
Shortstop, number 11, Shintaro Inoue.
Shin Inoue, the final hope here for the Cannons in the top of the 7th. Again, in the Valley League, got a 10-run mercy rule after 7 innings. Strasburg currently up 16. The pitch to Shin, high, ball 1. Well, Donovan Whitfield got the start tonight. He went 3 innings, allowed just 1 hit. It was a really good outing. He did give up a run, a couple of walks. He struck out 6. That pitch is in the dirt. Noah LaFine from VMI then came in to follow. Went 2 1/3, 1 hit, 1 run. Didn't walk anybody. He struck out 1. And then Godwin has gone an inning and a third. Allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts. That pitch just misses inside. And it's 3-0. Meanwhile, on the other side for Purcellville, the start was Aaron Van Tile. He went 3 2/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, walked 3, struck out 1. Godwin gets it in there for a strike, 3-1. Brody Carley went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 5 runs. Brian Ducoris went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 4 runs. Will Poopy Ricketts went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 5 runs. And then Hubbard went 1/3 of an inning. So we had Purcellville with 3 pitchers that went exactly 2/3 of an inning. 3-2, and the pitch. And that misses, ball 4, and we're not done yet. As Shintaro Inoue draws the 2-out walk, and it brings up Lucas Ferris.
Number 27, Lucas Ferris.
Strasburg offense tonight, again, 16 hits. They've been led by Marshall McGowan with 4 of those, Eddie Castillo with 3, Tyler June, Madden Williams, Baylor Roberts each with 2, Caden Haywood with 2. That pitch is to the backstop. And moving to second on the wild pitch is Inoue. RBI-wise, Eddie Castillo with 5 RBIs for the Express, Madden Williams with 3, Marshall McGowan and Caden Haywood both with 2. Baylor Roberts and Tyler June with 1. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Home run-wise, 2 for Eddie Castillo, 1 for Madden Williams. As a team tonight, the Express have hit .471. 1-1. That is outside. They've left 6 men on base, 2 stolen bases. They were caught once. They've made no errors. 2-1. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2 for Purcellville. Leading the way, Vincenzo Suzat with 2 hits. Andrew Bell and Patrick Lyons both have 1. RBI-wise, Andrew Bell with 2. Vincenzo Suzat with 1. Shintaro Inoue with 1. That pitch misses, and we're filled up again, 3-2. The Cannons tonight as a team, they've hit 200. 5 for 25. Godwin looking to end it here. 3-2, 2 outs. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that will do it. The Express win on the mercy by a final score of 20-4. Well, this thing was kind of interesting early. But the Express hold on and win it by a score of 20-4, their second win of the year. They're now 2-1. They're 2-0 at home here on the season. And, well, a big offensive showing for the Express, and on the other side, a poor pitching showing from the Cannons. As the Express with a big win tonight against the division rival Purcellville Cannons by a final score of 20-4. Again, we won't be back here until potentially Thursday night. The Express are back in action Wednesday at Culpeper, scheduled to be back here Thursday against Woodstock. We'll see if that happens. Keep an eye on the Strasburg social media accounts. As we'll have more information then. But again, we want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. The winner of this game will likely be Noah LaFine. The loser will be Aaron Van Tile. No save in this game. But an impressive showing for the homestanding and defending Valley League champions as they get their second win of the year by a final of 22-4. I want to thank everyone for joining us here tonight from Strasburg. The Express win it by a score of 20-4 and up their mark to 2-1. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a nice few days before we return to baseball here from Strasburg. Look forward to talking to you again. Little Leaguers are on the field and they're running the bases just like the Express did. They took a lot of turns around first tonight en route to a 16-run, 7-inning win tonight. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll talk to you again next week from First Bank Park. This is Kyle Gutschall signing off for the 2026 Strasburg Express and the Valley Baseball League.